Hashtag no music, no intro. Saints Block Party podcast, live streaming, doing a live show on YouTube. Thank y'all if you are watching us. Got people already in the chat. Mitch, Julio, Dash. People already filling the chat up. And the funny thing is, like we were just on here to do this, have like a live show, talk about the offensive coordinator search, Saints stuff, talk about some football. We just
I was like, damn, we ain't really got nothing to talk about. Like Friday, I was like, damn, what we gonna talk about? Ain't really nothing going on, man. Then boom. Same old Saints. That's my team though.
My team though.
Always some shit.
Always some shit. So hold on. So we're like watching the game, the Niners and Lions game as it happens.
Hell yeah.
Real football is being played today.
Man,
I know
real
like,
football,
maybe
bro.
I know like the score of the Chiefs Ravens game, but like that, like what we saw in that game was just brilliant football being played, like meticulous, like coach. Oh my god, it just gets me like really fuzzy. Players tackling, the pass were pop, like they was hitting, bro. That's the shit that just gets me excited about the game of football, man. Mm-hmm. Oh shit, oh boy. I'll just really quickly, just watching this Lions game. They came out in this game, that first drive, and ran the ball, was running it at the 49ers defense, setting the tone of the game. Dan Campbell came in that game and said, we can't be scared of this defensive line. We got to go out there, punch them in the mouth, and let them know we're here. It just goes back to coaching. It comes from up top, and it trickles down to the players. Jameer Gibbs is so good. Anyhow, so as we're watching the game, Tony Romo's make this point about, Patrick Mahomes and how he looked off a Ravens defender and it, led to someone getting open and all that. And it was, tip high elite quarterback level stuff, right?
Yeah.
Michael Thomas, pours it and points it out. And it was pretty obvious of what he was doing. And listen, I'll say this about Mike. Thank you. Because Mike, even going back to that whole Olave thing, Mike has been the only player, whether he's going to be with the Saints after this, and it probably looks like he's not going to be.
He's not.
Here's the crazy thing, though. He wants to be. And I get that, right? Like, once you've played in New Orleans and the city has embraced you, and although there's some fans who've kind of turned on him, there's nothing like it, right? There's nothing like it in any place as a professional athlete, I would guess. But he's been the only player who has come out and essentially what we see as fans, he has really justified we're not dummies, right? Like we're not seeing this thing incorrectly as the Saints would have us believe that we're seeing it.
Exactly.
And he did the same thing today at a high level.
Yeah. Shit was crazy. And what's funny is like you said, he's saying things we all know that's happening. You know what I'm saying? We know that's going on in the building. It was like the Chris Olave thing.
Yeah.
Everybody was debating, was it, what was Olave supposed to keep running hard? Chase Daniel tapping in, all this. Mike Thomas came from there and told you set the record straight. You know what I'm saying?
Gave him the route concept, what the play, where the ball's supposed to go. Like Mike is not a dummy. Like Mike is a him and Sean Payton and Drew Brees, like Mike's football intelligence is next level. Mm-hmm. So you cannot try to discredit him of like he doesn't know what he's fucking talking about when he obviously does. But like anytime I can kind of push the agenda and getting Dennis Allen fired, I'm going to do it, right? So I quote tweeted it, nothing crazy. Oh, bro, these Lions came to play, Ryan. These Lions playing. And I quote tweeted it, gave little eye emojis and said laughing my ass off and didn't think much of it, bro. Just like, you know what? It's funny, right? didn't expect Mike to reply to my tweet. And I'm not trying to, humble brag or anything like that. Just didn't expect it to happen. And I got to go back to even what he said. I don't remember. Thanks to freaking Twitter. Like, he's not verified, so I can't even see exactly. But this is terrible. Actually, you know what? This is not terrible live showing.
It's live stream, baby. We just
live stream, baby.
Y'all enjoying the game? Y'all enjoyed that Chiefs Ravens game? Who in the chat?
Oh, so Mike replied to me and said, "They be mad when I say it." Who was they? TC in the chat said, "Folks are mad at Michael Thomas because he doesn't want to settle with mediocrity." Mad at Michael Thomas? Are they going to be mad at Marshawn Lattimore? Because that's why he doesn't want to come back. At what point, right? At what point when do you have a X number of talented players where you finally realize that it's not the players? Also, Jahmyr Gibbs is different, Ryan. This nigga is different out here, bro.
Man, bro.
That cut was silly.
That cut nasty, bro.
Nasty, bro. So Michael Thomas I feel like he's the player version of us that has the platform to express what we have been, where we're not being gaslighted. Like, we're not dumb. This is what has been happening and what it is. They run that ball right down San Francisco's throat, nigga. Just
early too.
Tone setting, bruh. Let me see. Lob 32 CD says, "I lost all respect for all the Saints local media outlets outside of KT, Captain Terrell. They're too scared of losing access to point out the obvious." I won't go that far. Like, John Hendricks is always telling it like it is. Ross tell it like it is. I think what people want, and it's probably, probably not going to happen, is like they want just not a bully, but just someone who just ain't going to put up with the bullshit and just be straight and direct with the team. And really, Cat's really the only person. Mike Triplett, he'll ask some questions, bro. Mickey Loom still hasn't asked. Mickey Loom still hasn't answered that question about the culture continuity and that. Like,
no. Yeah, they're gonna ask some questions, bro. But it's just like they just gotta operate with that fine balance, And it's easy to get,
bro.
Yeah, and it's easy to suck into and it's not so much they won't get access to the team, but it's just your sources start getting cut off. You don't get invited to the the luncheon and the stuff like that.
Oh, the year in media thing that they do.
Everybody's
that's weird, Ryan. That's weird.
Very, very, very. And I get it. It's a small little unit. They all work in this small little office in Saints HQ, so they see each other all the time. It's kind of like a little community, and that's nice and all. But like, talk about journalists here. You know what I'm saying? But
now,
sports journalism, it's
different.
It's probably a notch below political journalism or even pop culture journalism. I mean, pop culture journalism is the worst. Like, there's no ethics at all. It's just trash.
Shout out to our girl Anusha, who's now moved back to the UK.
Oh, really?
But yeah, she no longer works for the LA Times. She in the UK. But
I know there's big layoffs at LA Times and shit.
Huge.
She get out there. That's just.
She probably saw it before it coming. She was like, "Let me get out of here."
Hey man, that's just the media now, bro. Like, it's like print media, bro. Just a dying. I love print media, but it's a dying.
Sports Illustrated. We ain't even talked about what happened to Sports Illustrated recently,
bro.
I remember. I still remember that Sports Illustrated with Drew on the cover, bro. Like, I can see it. I can see it.
It's like a part of the culture, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you make the Sports Illustrated, like, if you're an athlete, you make Sports Illustrated. That's it. Like, you made it. You know what I'm saying?
Or I'm not taking it there, but just to the same token and modeling, right? If you were like the cover girl in the Sports Illustrated like swimsuit edition, that was like,
bro. I never forget when
right?
Tyra Banks made the cover years ago, and she was the
I'm
first.
guessing she was
I
probably
want
the
to say she
first
was the first
black.
black woman. Was
Sounds
it
about
Naomi
right.
Campbell? No,
May have been
it was
Naomi.
Tyra. It was Tyra Banks. I'm pretty sure it was Tyra Banks, and that was a huge thing for her career. You know what I'm saying? But
Pam
anyway,
W said sports media is not free media. TC says Matt with Marshawn MT, the fans who all agree, all of us. I mean, can we talk about the offensive coordinator search? So
let's talk about it.
The last time we left off, we were, I don't know, a little concerned, but also giving the Saints their props because it felt like the net had really been cast, right? And just the vast shout out to, I know he's been blocked like 2 or 3 times, but shout out to like John Sigler for like keeping the tracker of who they've all had in. I can't even remember everyone.
A lot.
Let me see how sick I am. Okay, you ready? Okay, Gerard Johnson, Clint Kubiak, Brian Greasy, Ronald Curry. I'm having a brain fart. Like I know there's more.
Zach
Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson was a new one who just popped up recently. Zach Robinson. That's 6. Who am I forgetting?
What's that Cleveland dude? What was his name? From Cleveland.
No idea. So that's 6.
No, it wasn't
right?
Cincinnati. I thought he was Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yes. Pitcher. Damn pitcher.
Yeah.
7. So that's 7, at least that I can think of off the top of my head, right? Pitcher is now the OC in Cincinnati. Zach Robinson, he's off the board, right? If I remember correctly. Maybe he's not. Maybe I'm tripping. He's off the board.
Zach Robinson's going to ATL.
Right. Atlanta. Does it? And Michael Thomas said it, bro. Like I don't want to act like I'm a dummy, but he said what we have been saying for a couple of weeks. Have we not? We don't believe you. We need more people. We got the people. A player on the team.
A player on the team. Like people be thinking we just be talking shit, bro.
No. And like, what does it tell you? Like, that's a lot of like, if you are on like a dating app, bro, that's a lot of swipes to the right without getting any matches, bro. Like, and I know it's probably gonna be framed. You know, we really want to conduct a very comprehensive, thorough interview. This process is very important. That
we got the guy we wanted.
Who is that guy going to be, bro? I don't know.
I have no idea.
John Smith says this offense has a lot of potential to be a really good offense, and they still can't find an OC. Something not adding up at all. So that's great. I guess it goes back to the episode we recorded and like, what is Dennis Allen selling to these offensive coordinators for it to be a really good offense? You have Derek Carr, who looked better the last 4 games of the season. I don't want to take that away from him. But when it was nuts crunching time against the Rams, he played awful, right? Or not well. But he did look good those last 4 games, especially against Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay, went to the divisional round of the playoffs. I don't want to take that away from him, even though whatever. You have Chris Olave, you have Rashid Shaheed, A.T. Perry. Offensive line, there's a lot of questions. Do you have a left tackle? Do you have a right tackle? So those are questions that you have. So I guess, and then tight end, you have Juwan, who had a very down season. Jimmy Graham maybe retired. Taysom Hill may get traded, maybe. So I don't know if I see a lot of offensive potential, but in theory, it should be at least at the minimum of a decent offense, right? Like, I'm not saying a great offense, a decent offense.
Yeah, I mean,
But
look, they were ranked 17th Football Outsiders overall as an offense. I think they were ninth in points this year. I want to say ended up being. So I mean, there's something there. There's something there. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something there. Is there a lot of future there? You know what I'm
that's a good one.
saying? That's a major question. You
Because
know,
when
I
you're
mean,
an OC, especially the first time OC, what you trying to do, bro? You're not trying to be an OC forever. I'm trying to get on that Dan Canales track, bro. Dan Canales made Baker look good for one season. This man's a head coach in the NFL. Come on
hey,
now,
coach, bro, like that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
wild. First
That's
time
wild,
OC,
bro. First time OC, and this
and I
man
know,
the head coach.
and I know why. It's like, anyone that David Tepper interviewed that wanted any say or control, David Tepper just closed the door on him. So like, but shit, if I'm David Canales, I was like, shit, let me get this head coaching paycheck for at least a couple
a
seasons.
6-year contract,
And that shit guaranteed. If I don't last it out of 2,
Yeah.
he's leaning back.
Lean it back, baby.
Let me get into some questions. Lob 32 CD says y'all should try to get Terrell Pryor on the pod to share his experience with DA. He had the same exact situation as Jameis, pretty much, and it fucked him. And it fucked his career up as a potential quarterback. It's funny, we actually talked about that on the last episode, reaching out to Terrell Pryor. TC says we know it, they know it. They keep trying to insult our intelligence. I mean, they already think we PO poo. Oh, poo.
Po. I think we po.
Sorry. I'm white. Translate. Cam W. If I'm Ronald Curry, I'm making a lateral move. I'm not letting y'all scapegoat me. G. Smith says, what person in their right mind would take this job knowing Dennis Allen would throw them under the bus and wouldn't hold Derek Carr accountable? That's a great. So I would say this.
Great point.
If you've never called plays, and I've said, and I've tweeted this, if you've never called plays in the NFL before, and this is your first and maybe really only opportunity that you have to actually call plays in a game, a lot of coaching is ego, just like sports in general, and athletes just have ego. Coaching is just ego, just in a different form. And so in your mind, you're like, man, if I can make this Saints offense look good, maybe I'm Dave Canales, right? And that's not. I mean, I'm not gonna. Is it like, stiff arm? CD? Oh my God, Christian McCaffrey just stiff armed the shit out of CD Juice, bro, into purgatory.
I just saw it.
Is that likely? No, but it could happen, right? That's the only way I could see them trying to present this offense to them as like, look what we can do for your career type of thing.
Right. And you got to think about it like, I mean, there's not many of these jobs, but there's just a lot of those job openings right now, and just Saints just aren't that high on the list. It's not that nobody would take the job, I don't think. I think it's just if you got better options, and most options look a little better, man. Like you get the
people who are watching this podcast, man, woman, don't matter. Have you ever had someone like who's the option, like a plan C? Like maybe you single and you got a plan C. Like you want to get what you really like plan A just be knocking the bottom out of it. And you just like, I want him. He out of town. Okay. Plan B, he got the okay. Got the okay dick. He got just say it, right? Like, you got the James Hurst. Like it gets the job done, right? Right. James Hurst, he got to be at home. He can't get out. Wink, wink. So then you got plan C. You're like, oh, this nigga ain't shit. But I'm hard. This is what the Saints offensive coordinator position is right
It's
now.
like, you know what it's like when we used to go to clubbing back in the day, back when I was like, 19, 20, we used to hit the club, and then 2, 3 in the morning come up, you just shot your shot at all of the,
I know where this is going.
Ain't nothing coming through, but now it's almost time to go. And this is like, man, look, I gotta grab something. Like you ain't even worrying about what she look like. You're like, okay, That's good enough. Let me shoot my shot.
Looks like she got a mouth game, though, at the very least. Like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that, you know? That's how it is, you know. Just late at the club, it's like, man, I just need something. Need something tonight.
This is where we are as a team, where we're playing C. We're the 3 a.m. option leaving the club for OCs right now. That is hell, Ryan. That is hell.
You know, but look, you never know. It might work out. Look, Sean Payton, we weren't his first option. You know what I'm saying? When he came here, nobody wanted to come to New Orleans. Understandably, like the city had just got nuked. You know what I'm saying? And it was years of a non-winning organization. Why would you come to New Orleans? You know what I'm saying? But wound up happening, and
it worked out.
It worked out. So that doesn't mean everything. That doesn't mean the world is burning. But I'm just saying, it's not inspiring much faith, bro. It's like, especially with that Mike Thomas comment that he see it, and if he see it, that means other players see it, and it just knows that, like, man, can you imagine what they're thinking? Like, they're not thinking like, man, I'm at a top flight organization right now. You know what I'm saying? That's gone, bro.
Other players see it, and potentially even other coaches on the staff see it.
Yes, indeed. And that's the thing. Here's another thing. OCs, like potential OCs, they have like coaches and mentors that they talk to. You know what I'm saying? That they go into. I remember Sean Payton talking about when he was at Cowboys, he went to interview for the Raiders, and they were ready to hire him. The Raiders was ready to hire him.
Oh, that's it. You don't want that job.
He talked to Parcells. Parcells like, bro, like, look, if you want it, go get it, bro. But Al Davis kind of lost, going through it right now. It's not really a place to really help your career. Sean Payton thought about, like, let me just chill for another year or two and see what else come up. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think, you wonder like who some of these OCs are talking to, and if they say, like, man, I don't know if you want to go down there to New Orleans, bro.
Like, I can see Shane Rondron right now on the phone with Pete Carroll, like, hey, should I? Pete like, no, bro, don't do it. Go call plays from Justin Fields or fucking Caleb Williams, bro, but don't go there. Save yourself. Cam, you was talking. I'm sorry, I had to laugh. Cam W put this in the chat, bro. Just about laughed my ass off. James Hurst turns into Trent Williams when the lights off. Like, oh, that bitch is thick. I didn't expect it to be like that.
Stretching that thing out.
TC said, is there a particular OC you would want, or are we just hoping for any competent person at this point?
I don't know, bro.
What I don't want is, I don't want the promote, and this is, again, this is nothing against Ronald Curry, because if they promoted Ronald Curry in and of itself, and they didn't bring in the Gruden factor, I can live with that. I'd be okay with it, right? But if they promote Ron Curry and throw in the Gruden senior role potentially, I'm not saying it's going to happen or what have you, that would be, to me, the worst case scenario. I take that back. The only player or OC I don't want is whoever the fucking, was it the Browns or the Steelers offensive coordinator was?
Oh, Mike Sullivan?
Yeah, him. Ugh. Keep him.
Should have talk Pete back into another year. If that was the case, shit. Like,
think about this. If you were playing C to Mike Sullivan, oh my god.
Mike C just might retire, bro. Like, just go ahead and hang it up. And I can see Mike Sullivan being a pick too.
Bro, it would just fit like a glove, Ryan. Like a glove.
Yeah, he had success with Eli Manning in 2000.
How long ago was that?
I don't know, 2013, something like that. 16, I don't know.
The duck. Here's something. It's just something I want to talk about this because it's draft season, and then get to something regarding like the playoffs.
The fuck was that ball, bro?
Bro, it was a duck. I don't know if they got hit. That's the cat meme, bro. The cat video. I was driving somewhere for work today. Got there early. Had to work some overtime because my job is I have to be a superhero a lot of the times. But got there early and I was like, man, this draft season, I want to. St. Brown got to catch that. And I was like, I'm kind of like the draft piece is bubbling a little bit, just a little bit, not a lot, but. And I was like, I just want to see like how good or bad this team has been drafting. So I went back to 2020. I took some liberties in terms of like marking what player was a hit or not a hit. So Ruiz to me, or Cesar Ruiz, I put him as a hit. Pete Warner, I put as a hit. I even put Alante as a hit more because I'm more sold on his talent in his first year.
Yeah.
And then I kind of prematurely put a hit on Breesy, Howden, and A.T. Perry. Out of 22 players drafted since 2020, they've hit, put on quotes because it's subjective, I should say, they've hit on 8 players. That's a 36% hit rate.
Not good. Should be at least at 50.
That is how like that's how bad teams stay bad. It's one thing to have bad coaching, right? That's one thing in and of itself, but you mix bad coaching combined with not getting good to great players that you draft that are young players that should like help your cap situation and just rejuvenize your team. We saw it in 06, we saw it in 2017. To not do that, that is almost impossible to overcome.
Not good, man. And I mean, I was just looking at, some of the drafts the Saints passed, whatever, what positions they usually target in the first round and stuff like that. A lot of trenches, defensive end, defensive tackle, offensive tackle, sometimes guard. They got to get better at it, bro. They got to get better. And, we was discussing in a good discussion in the Discord about like what goes into the scouting versus the coaching and all that stuff, and it's very interesting. It's interesting to know. We don't really know, the intricacies, but scouts, the Saints apparently do have like a really good scouting department. Like, just from what I hear, as far as like the way people say about them in the league.
They lost their biggest asset to Sean Payton.
Lost a big one today. But they got, I think there's another one who's over scouting that's like really well thought of around the league. But look, all they can do is grade the players. You know what I'm saying? Like coaches come in and the college, Jeffrey Allen, the college scouting, lead college scouting guy, lay out the grades. This is a process for coming up with the grades. Scouts take that. They go and visit each school. They watch practices. They watch games, and they watch the tape, and they put together a report and file that report. And then Jeffrey Allen takes that, compiles that, and then goes with the coaches and says, hey, here's our list of 75 draftable players that we want to look at. I need you to look at this. DB coaches, I need y'all to look at this. DA, blah, 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 blah. And they come with another report. You got the coaching reports. And then they have to make decisions based on that information. You get the analytics in there. You get the profile, the athletic profiles, and all that stuff, which we know.
Injury history, medical history.
That's a huge thing. That's the biggest thing. And then they make decisions from there, man. And their decisions have not been good, bro. They have not been good.
To a good point of that. Someone in our chat, King BB Gaming, says they moved too many players out of position. We talked about that in depth in our Discord. So if you're watching this on YouTube and what have you, if you're not a Patreon, you can become a Patreon for $1 a month. Hop in. It's been some great discussions.
Go to, if it's not on the Spotify or nothing or Apple, go to our our website where all our episodes are.
SaintsBlockParty.com.
You go there, you go to redcircle.com/Saints Block Party or something like that. And go to like the 5th episode we ever did, back when we were Saints Twitter podcast. And it was us and Scott Wright going over the 2020 draft. And Adam hit it perfectly. He said, we worry about the Saints saying they want to move Zach Bond to off-the-ball linebacker, particularly Mike. Like, right there. We both were worried about it because we both watched Zach Bond prior to them drafting him. And in our minds, when they drafted, we're thinking, okay, he's going to be like a third down pass rusher, Kyle Van Noy type, something like that. And they come out and say, we've envisioned him as a Mike.
Immediately after the draft, Ryan, Sean Payton said it.
And we like, what? Like some signal must have got crossed. Like they must have thought maybe the draft profile got switched. Somebody switched the papers over. Like
Cam Jordan and Jordan Cameron or whatever that happened when
exactly. Exactly.
It's just one of the, like they did it with Zach Bond, or they did it with Ruiz, and that was more because of Larry Warford, and Ruiz is shown to be a decent-ish NFL guard at the end of the day. But Ryan put it perfectly: is that for this draft, like I don't want to put too much pressure on this draft, but this draft is fucking huge for the team. Not even. I'm not talking about Dennis Allen. I'm not the long-term future of the team. This draft is so important, and it's important for a couple of reasons. This is a highly thought of quarterback draft, which means that we might have quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3 in this draft, which means that pushes talent down. Just like in 2017, those quarterbacks got drafted, the wide receivers got drafted. It was John Ross went to the Bengals, kind of as like a surprise pick and what have you. Tony Pauline was all over that, but it pushed talent like Marshawn down the draft board, who is not expected to be there. Mm-hmm. They have to hit on these picks. When the way Ryan worded is so apropos. When I'm watching a player's cut-ups, I shouldn't have to squint my eyes, like, oh, okay, if I tilt my head, like it shouldn't be like an optical illusion for me to see that the player is good. You know what I mean? Like I need to just watch him and be like, that boy good.
Perfect example. Sheldon Rankins. You hated him. I like him. And look, he turned out to be like a okay player in the
funny thing, in terms of like my little draft thing, in terms of like the green, red, and yellow, Sheldon would probably be a green, bro. Like he would not be like, as a Saint, he was green for like a season and a half, but career-wise, he went to the Jets. He had an outstanding season with the Jets. He had a damn good season with the Texans, and that's still a good pick. He just didn't do well with his original team.
Right, but also I remember watching him a lot and thinking, and I remember saying to myself, man, if you watch the snaps when he's at 3 tech, man, he shows good right there. But they had to play him at DM a lot. It was like, oh, he's not really good at this. So you start coming with all these little nuances and caveats and stuff like that. Don't do that. Don't, especially in the first. Like you do that third, fourth, day 3 and stuff like that. But day 1, get a player with production. Get a player whose tape is good. When you watch the tape, you be like, man, that's a good player, bro. That boy playing football. You know what I'm saying? He's playing out of whatever position he's playing at. He's playing it well. You know what I'm saying? He's playing football. You could see the football play. And we could see this. Like, I can't really explain it, but even us as fans, we could see when a player is good.
It's no different than the Supreme Court's definition of pornography, right? It was during the I believe it was like the lawsuit against Hustler against Flynn.
Oh yeah. Flip whatever.
Larry Flint, maybe.
Larry Flint, yeah.
But the Supreme Court pretty much said the definition of pornography is I can't explain it, but I know it when I see it. Essentially, was that what their definition of pornography is? when you're scouting, ooh, Aiden Hutchinson was pushing that pocket. Jack Campbell. They playing out there in San Francisco, bro. That was Mark Rodriguez. Oh, a flag.
Oh.
See, this is a live stream. This is a live show. I don't. Oh, it's on the Niners, so I think it's gonna still maybe. Let me catch up on the chat. They did that same shit to Takaha. Man, I love me some Holy. Like had it not been the knees thing, bruh. Like I still never forget the Saints were playing the Cowboys, and he like absolutely was giving Tyron Smith.
Tyron Smith,
Yeah, that worked, bro. I was like, okay, we got us one. Oh, was that CD? The CD level someone? Let me see who it's on.
CD always in some shit, bro.
Okay, so Aiden Hutchinson makes that play, or the pressure of the Detroit interior makes that play. Also, Aaron Glenn should be a head coach. Anyway, where's the penalty? Oh, Pascal. Perfect example. We're talking about drafting. Oh, crazy buzz, bro.
Wait, what happened?
He like after the interception happened, he went. Oh, he took a little. Oh, you sorry, my bad. You saw it now. I love CD, bro. You love CD, bro.
CD, he is who he is, right?
To his core. To his core. Oh my God! It looked like Fred Warner just broke that man's arm. Anyhow, sorry. Live stream, we got football going on. It happened. Sorry, but just the point of like knowing talent when you see it. There's no squinting. The Saints have to get back to that. To that point, I will say, I was not pleasantly. That's a face mask. I did not expect Isaiah Foskey to come in and tear it up this season and be like, but I watched this tape. I felt like I saw enough where I saw like what he was as a player, and at least expected him to come in and be like a somewhat productive piece to the defense. He was a player recently where I felt like his tape matched up to what we probably would want to see as a prospect, and like he did not produce at all. But that same thing goes to I need to talk to my source. I got to talk to my friend who talked the Saints out of drafting Brian Branch. I gotta know. I gotta know. I gotta know.
Bro. I talked about it recently when I first was looking at the draft prospects last year. When I watched Foskey versus Ohio State, I was like, ooh, he struggles versus big, strong tackles. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I'm thinking, like, when I remember watching him in the preseason, and they had him playing so close, like at the 5 tech, 6 tech. And I'm like, man, put him out wide and let him get space. You know what I'm saying? Let him get space.
Like a wide 9.
Like a wide 9. Let him get space and then work from that area. And then build him into, I don't know shit about coaching, bro. I don't know shit. But it's like, kind of start with what they're good at already and then build towards the other stuff. And I just felt like they tried to make him into a Cam Jordan or a big creep or something like that immediately, and he just wasn't built for that. Just not yet. Not yet.
Speaking of this, I'm gonna name 3 names, and I'm gonna see if you can pick up on a trend. Zach Bond, Marcus Davenport, Isaiah Foskey. Give me a trend of something that they did in college.
Stand up.
2-point stance.
2-point stance, baby.
Oh my. That's a bad man. That's a bad man.
Oh
my God. Oh my God. That's a bad man, bro. Oh my
man. What's the score? I can't see it because my computer.
It's about to be 20. If they hit this extra point, it's going to be 21-7.
Man, come on, Detroit. Because they have a flair for getting up on teams and just stay in the pack and let them.
They did it against the Saints, bro.
Shitty ass Saints. Let us come back on them. You know, a fake comeback, but it's a comeback, whatever you want to call it.
Probably help DA keep his job a little longer too.
God damn it! Why? Lance? I want y'all to put that on us, man.
Right, bro? Like, if y'all gonna beat us, just give it to us. Like choke us, push our head down, like smack us around a little bit. Just abuse it.
Abuse it.
Don't play with it. Abuse that shit. Anyway, let's catch up with some.
Get on my damn nerves.
Mitch said who's going to end up being OC. The Saints don't even know who's going to be OC, bro. They're not getting calls back, so we don't know. James Smith.
We don't know.
Don't know. They don't know. They don't know. We don't know.
They just like, hey, bro.
James Smith Jr. says DA and Carr and Loomis has set us back 30 years. I mean, listen, I'll say this. Man, Derek Carr out here just doing what Derek Carr do, bro. Like that's on DA for getting fooled.
That's it.
I will say, bro. We got fooled too. Do we not?
Dr. Death, bro.
When you hit me with that analogy, bro, I was like, "Oh, this nigga."
And look, I'm not saying Carr is a narcissistic sociopath.
No,
I'm not saying that.
No,
but he has some tendencies that makes you think like, just the way he's able to sell himself, the way he's able to get people to believe. Because that was the thing about Dr. Christopher Durst, whatever his name was.
Shout out to Joshua Jackson, outstanding actor. Been down from day one,
bro. And he was just able to get people to believe the shit he was selling. You know what I'm saying? Just the way,
a good salesman,
great salesman. You know,
but what
to the point where people would risk their I wouldn't say risk. The juxtaposition was amazing because Baylor did not want to admit allowing him to perform those surgeries to save face, really to save, for themselves from legal action and stuff like that.
Right.
And it just reminds me of the Saints, the way they just don't want to admit, like, yeah, we screwed up. You know what I'm saying?
Our fault.
I hate to use Dr. Death as an analogy for football because that was like a horrible, like just sad situation that we talk about football. But it was just like something that just, while watching, I was like, man, he reminds me.
All right. Let's see. We should pop back up here. Okay, there we go. I apologize. That was on me. Went to grab my drink and hit the stop recording button. So anyone who was listening to Ryan's great analogy, that's on me. I'm Pete Carmichael.
It's on me. It's on me.
It's on me. It's on me. I'll take responsibility for it. So let's catch up on these chats. Let's see. Not only Lob 32 City says not only have they been drafting bad, but the good players that they already drafted left in free agency or they trade. Yes. So yeah, I was just saying I don't think Derek Carr is a big part of the problem. But DA and Mickey for sure are. He's Sanjin Smith said that Peyton Turner highlight reel was like 3 minutes, and I kept seeing the same shit. Oh, repeat, bro. We talking about draft classes. They got the Detroit Lions draft class up right now, bro.
Oh my god. That's a great draft class.
Oh boy. Oh, he didn't catch it. Let's see. Let me catching up on questions. Sure hope they draft the lineman from. I apologize, man. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. You might want to type out a phonetic spelling of that name. Sure hope they try to draft the lineman from Alabama or Oregon State, or get the DE from UCLA. One of my draft bays is Tatu, UCLA edge rusher. He is a dog. I get it. People were worried about his injury concerns. I typically shy away from drafting players that got injury concerns as well, because it's bitten the Saints in the butt so many times. But that's a dog, bro. Like, he reminds me of Jalen Phillips and like Anthony Barr. Just that he's explosive as shit, bro. Like, he's a player. Love me some Tatu. King BB Gaming said, I think they should have kept Alante on the outside, and they need to change the draft profile for the ends. Keep drafting all these tall, slow guys. I mean, here's the thing with Marshawn and Paulson Adebo, there was no place for Alante to play except for on the slot. So you might, like, in theory, I would say the better move would have been to maybe keeping CD Deuce and using a draft pick in that second round in another position, or Alante was a safety in college. Maybe keep him at his natural position. That's another example of moving a player from where he was drafted in college and moving around. Cam W, yeah. Sheldon Rankins tore his Achilles and never recovered with us. Sure did. Lob 32 City says, low-key 2018 draft killed our future. There's a lot of depth and talent in that draft, and we have 0 players on the roster from that draft. If you go back to one of our Saints Twitter podcast episodes, we did an episode on like what like killed the Saints franchise. And the theme of the episode was the 2018 draft.
Yep.
It changed so much, because even in the talent that they didn't get in 2018, 2019 came around, they were in love with AJ Brown. In love with AJ Brown as the prospect. But they couldn't draft him because Max Unger retires. And so now they had a need at center, so they had to draft Eric McCoy. And so they didn't have like the luxury of, maybe if they had a first, they could have drafted AJ Brown in the first round and taken Eric McCoy in the second round. Like that, like the domino effect of that that trade, it changes so much.
High time preference, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Foskey had no hand technique. That is very true. He did not.
Very true.
Cam W says DA probably heard he talked back to his high school coach once and said, not on my team. I don't even know who you're talking about, but that sounds he talked back to the teacher in 3rd grade. Let's see. Saints drafts have been bottom of the league lately. Gotta fault Mickey Loomis on a lot of those things failing for the organization. Oh, big time. But like, to me, the bigger person that should get the blame for the drafts is Jeff Ireland. That's it. Like, that's his realm. That's his forte. And I feel like Jeff Ireland still kind of like is able to live off the success for the 2017 class, just like Ryan Pace was able to live off the success for the 2006 draft class. Like, you gotta continue to draft well. And Jeff Ireland drafts
to improve, bro.
And Jeff Ireland drafts good secondary players. But beyond that, wide receiver, like, he's drafted Chris Olave, A.T. Perry, Michael Thomas. And they kind of identified Hardy and Rashid Shaheed. So secondary players and wide receivers. But like the positions that needed that wins games, defensive line. Oh, and Breesy, I should give him credit for Breesy. But defensive line, edge rusher, offensive line, those have been like almost like complete whiffs. And that's like they've invested so many picks into those positions for them not to have any long-lasting impact for them. That's what's really crippled the team, if we're being honest.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He said, Dash says, this upcoming draft class is so unexciting because I have no faith in they're going to make a good pick. I had that same thought for last year, and at least we got Brian Breesy in the first round. I'll say that.
Yeah, don't be like that, Dash. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even you can look up in the good picks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. And man, good picks, bro. Even whatever happens to DA could still be on, but these are still players that's gonna be on your roster. So, like, man, I knew like a fresh running back with some juice, or wide receiver, or Powers tight end, or
Nigga, they just drafted Kendrick Miller.
I mean, bro, like, what has he shown? What has he shown?
You right?
Ain't no way you could bank on him next year, bro.
No,
You can't.
no,
You just can't.
okay.
I like him. I like Kendrick. I'm just saying,
when he's healthy,
yeah,
man, the Lions are deep dicking the 49ers defense.
I love it.
Like,
do it.
Just long strokes. Cam W said Peyton Turner puts you into 9 positions to hide the fact that he gonna last 50 seconds. Ooh, missionary. Ooh, let me go side, missionary. No, girl, turn around. Let me go dog. Like this. No, girl, get on top. It's off season, so DA finna be in his bag and go crazy. Okay, so I think we've our dude Gene said Fosse's gonna be a bust. I'm not gonna write him off. I will say that, and I kept this pretty quiet. I didn't talk about it a lot when it was happening, because I don't like being like the pessimistic Saints guy all the time, right? I was hearing all throughout training camp, like, Foskey looking like trash. He's just not doing nothing. And so I knew that going into the season. That's why I really didn't have a lot of expectations with him, like, as the season progressed. But he can get better. I think the thing that makes it worse is that we're watching the Lions, and we're seeing a player that the Saints could have drafted in Brian Burns. Sorry, not Brian Burns. With Branch, and those are the things that makes the Foskey selection harder to swallow as a fan, right? And people always like to say, "Oh, you gotta use patience and blah blah." The NFL is not about, like, if coaches don't coach in the NFL with the grading curve of being patient. Like, owners pay money, owners want to win, and they want to win now. So,
period.
While I understand people saying you gotta be patient with Foskey, the Lions didn't have to be patient with Brian Branch. So then why? So yes, the Lions are running all over the Niners. I just hope that we get the staff to develop these coaches and players in the coming league. Yes. What do y'all think about Howden? I like Howden. I do.
Fine, he's good.
But I think, again, that Howden thing goes to, and I know that he wasn't on the team, but I think that Howden pick in totality is the team was showing you what they maybe felt about Marcus May without kind of tipping their hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, again, that goes to, like, I think there needs to be a big overall, like, rehaul regarding, like, maybe player scout, like NFL scouting for, like, free agents and stuff with the Saints, bro, because it ain't been good lately. It has not been good.
Last year you had Benke, you had Nate Shepard. They were kind of low end free agents. Didn't pay much for them.
Benke gotta be sick, bro. He gotta be sick, nigga. I would,
bro.
Just sit on the couch watching, like, oh, they going to the Super Bowl again? Huh?
I know Tyrann been still sick. Like, Tyrann did not want to lead the Chiefs. He did not want to lead the Chiefs. Bro.
He only won one with them, right?
I want to say yeah.
But, yeah, it was just one. We got questions. Eugene Smith says, "Do y'all think it would be a good idea to trade Jamal Williams or Marcus May for some draft capital?" Got some bad news to tell Eugene or Shajan. No one would trade for either of those players.
Nothing, bro.
I think
not
Marcus
even
May
a
will be
2026 7th round pick.
Marcus May will probably be cut. Jamal Williams, we'll see. Can we get Mitch says, can we get return on the goods from the Lions from Jamal Williams? No, not happening. Not happening. Lob 32 City says Debo gonna hit these niggas over the head come contract time, especially if they trade Sean. As he should.
As he should, bro. Like,
F you, pay me.
Hey, that's, man, listen.
Because then he has the leverage.
Because here's the thing. Like, if you were trading a player for buy low, sell high type of deal, Debo would be the player you trade, not Sean.
Right.
You already paying Sean. Sean gonna be on the books regardless if we trade him through 2025. You know what
Cap
I'm
put out
saying?
that article that said if they trade him, bro, they're gonna carry for the next 2 seasons, $30 million in dead cap space.
30 million. So the player you would want to trade, not saying I want to trade him, but I'm saying if you were to
Right.
trade a player to get value, you would trade a Debo. You drafted him in third round. And if you're able to flip him for maybe
A
a first
second.
round or maybe a second, and you don't have to pay him, which he's going to need to be paid next year. That's like a great move. Like that's what Philadelphia do. That's what all the smart
Oh
teams
boy.
do all the time. You know what
That's
I'm
great
saying?
team building.
You draft his replacement this year. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you would do. But they ass backwards, and
Hustling backwards, nigga.
they're gonna draft some third round or fourth round cornerback
Soon come.
and to fill depth and expect Alante and the Debo to replace Lattimore, and the Debo will come to Loomis like I want 22 million a year. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, I don't know, bro. It's just ass backwards, bro.
So watching this game, and again, I mentioned this on the podcast, and Sean or Nick Bosa just made a great play. Sean did this all the time, especially later towards his coaching stint with the Saints. Is that he watched what the playoffs, like what the teams in the playoffs were doing. What are the great teams in this league is doing? And I'm watching this game. I know Nick Bosa just had a sack on Jared Goff. But that was like, why are you putting your sixth offensive lineman on Nick Bosa? That's bad. That's bad scheming. But one of the big things that is sticking out to me in this game, and then a little bit the Chiefs Ravens game, is that these offensive lines, especially Detroit's offensive line, they are built so well. They are, and that's just easy common football. They are dictating the game right now for the Lions, and for the Saints to have invested as many first round picks, and even as many, the Trevor Penning pick was even more than the first round pick in theory. For them to not get that return on that, and then I can already, everyone's like, oh, they're going to draft a lineman at 14 and blah blah. I don't know if I even have faith in them, like scouting offensive linemen, bro.
I don't, man. Now, especially with Sean out the building, I don't know. And I'm not saying Sean was perfect at hitting on offensive linemen, but he had a good mind for it and a good eye for it. One thing I've noticed through the playoffs, it's been on my mind the past couple of weeks, is the way defenses are blitzing. It's kind of like they bring the blitz back. Back in the day when you had the Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Phillip Rivers, you ain't blitzing, bro. They was gonna tear your ass up. They was gonna tear your ass up. But these new brand of quarterbacks, these second reaction quarterbacks, I don't know if they are as adept to handling the blitz as those statuesque quarterbacks were, because those statuesque quarterbacks had to be great at it.
They had no choice.
They had no choice. They were stuck right here in the telephone booth. They couldn't go nowhere. Whereas these, newer generation of quarterbacks, they can move. They can get escape. We saw that play from Lamar Jackson earlier today, where he duck one out, boom, throw it downfield. Like, Drew Brees and them, they couldn't do that shit back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So I think
Spags did not stop blitzing Lamar that entire game, though. Even after that play, he kept bringing that cornerback or slot blitz
as he should
almost all game.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, defenses are bringing the blitz back, bro. Like, and that's something because DA, especially when he was with Sean Payton, he wasn't like top of the league as far as blitz percentage, but he'd be about mid. Because DA, Sean Payton like that blitz, bro. Sean Payton, he came up under Johnson with the Eagles. They believed in the blitz and speeding the clock of the quarterback and all that shit.
This nigga sounding like Tony Romo right now, breaking down Steve Spagnuolo.
Hey, Spags come from that same school. Spags come from that same school. And that's why Sean hired Spagnuolo back in 2012. You know what I'm saying? Like they come from that same school of speeding the clock of the quarterback.
We're back up.
And it's just interesting that that's coming back, like that blitz. And it's not just blitzing like great blitz, like just throwing people at him. It's very selective blitzes and being smart and having smart players that have the alert to say, okay, I'm going to cover here. And if I see this, I'm going to blitz right here from the corner and stuff like that.
And let's be honest about this conversation, right? I think in our Discord, it was a great question of someone asking, is this era of quarterbacks a little overrated? And I thought I had to sit with that for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I was like,
it's an interesting question.
Right? Because count on your hand how many players, how many quarterbacks that just like end of the day strikes fear in your heart when you play them. In totality.
1, 2, Mahomes, Lamar. I mean, Josh Allen scares me a little bit, not too much, but a little bit.
Josh might keep you in the game though. But to your point, I get it. Yes.
But that's about it, bro. It's not many,
right? It's not many. So, and I didn't tweet this. I put it in our Discord. I didn't tweet it, but I said this to Jay. I said, people, I love Lamar. I love Lamar. Oh man, that was almost wide open. I love Lamar. People have to stop putting him on Mahomes' level.
Oh no.
Like there's just one tier. That's it. And he and people don't like. I implore anyone to go watch that quarterback series on Netflix. Go watch it to see. And I'm not saying Lamar doesn't do this. I'm not saying anything like this. But when you watch that series and he was breaking down, I think he was breaking down maybe the 49ers defense or somebody's defense, the way he broke that down, the poise that he has, the way he's able to identify things pre-draft, they are dicing this 49ers defense right now. And if it was, I will say this, if it was a debate who's going to get that job in Washington, it shouldn't be a debate now. Like if I'm the Commanders, I'm saying, Ben Johnson, I'm paying you $14 million a year. I know you're improving.
That jet outside. That jet right there, right now.
it's outside Santa Clara right now, bro.
Champagne.
That's Levi's.
Champagne, come on. You keep your clothes on, bro. Keep the Detroit Lions clothes on. Just come on, bro.
The jet should be there. You go get whoever it is. If it's May, if it's Jaden, that's a bad throw. Jaden, if Caleb falls, whoever it is. You go get him and you say, I trust Ben Johnson and this rookie quarterback to go out and turn my franchise around. Because right now, I'm looking at Kyle Shanahan right now on sideline, man. Kyle look confused as hell. Kyle look shell-shocked, bro. Look, bro. He looked like he don't know what's going on, bro. That does not happen a lot to Kyle Shanahan as a head coach of the Niners. We loved it. Do we not?
Love it.
But it doesn't happen a lot. And this is an example of what have the Niners done. The Niners have poured so many resources into their defense. Nick Bosa, Chase Young, Fred Warner, Greenlaw was a later round pick. They signed Tre'Davious Ward from the Chiefs. All these resources into the defense. And what is happening in this game? Like, we got to get away from this notion that like great elite defenses, I'm not saying that they don't mean anything, but this notion that like if you have an elite defense, like at some point in the playoffs, you're going to face either an offensive scheme or a quarterback where your defense is not going to have the answer to counter what you're seeing.
Rare, bro. It's rare to have a true difference-making defense in the playoffs. You know,
wasn't his knee down?
2013 Seahawks, 2000 Ravens.
Look at that gap, bro. That, and I'll throw in that. I'll throw in that Broncos team. That Broncos defense. That's three in like what?
Rare. It's rare
20
to have
years?
a defense that's just suffocating and it don't no matter who you face. No, it's rare, bro.
Which is funny because I thought this Ravens defense was that when I saw them what they did to the Texans.
And I mean, the defense played well for the most part.
They did, bro.
They just couldn't stop. And here's the thing about the Chiefs, and I give credit to Andy Reid and Mahomes. They learn how to win, how to play winning football. Mm-hmm. It don't matter about the stats and the big throws and the flashy plays. Just do enough to win the game and what you're capable of doing, whether that's short passing, deep passing, whether that's throwing to your tight ends, running the ball, which is something Andy Reid used to be terrible at.
He run the ball there. Sean was terrible at it too,
and grew into it. Further down the line. So it's like that's head coaching, man. That comes down to head coaching and doing what you got to do to win.
What did Dan Campbell tell to you at the Senior Bowl? He talked about how him and Aaron Glenn came up and learned about winning in three facets: offense, defense, special teams.
Yep.
Like that's coaching, bro. That is coaching at its highest level. Did you watch that Mike Tomlin clip?
I didn't.
Oh man, bro, you gotta watch that Mike Tomlin clip, bro. Like it is like whatever he's saying in that clip is like what is like the opposite of what Dennis Allen is. Like legit. Let's see. Lob 32 City, and we're gonna wrap this up because we've gone about an hour over. Penning is a guard. I don't know how no one on the airline drive sees that, but every fan can. I don't even know if he is a guard, but at least could you try him at guard? Could you try him at guard?
I just know from a measurable standpoint, he'd be like the biggest guard in history. It's just like this, just like he's
that's a big guard.
Big guard, bro. Like I'm just saying, like he just let the boy play, bro. Let him play. I tweeted. I said I would hire a personal coach just for Penny,
just for that,
just to be with him all day. I want you every day. You just getting out the bed, just doing the kick. Like you have to get that pick right, bro. You have to get it right, man. You have to get it right. Unless he just doesn't want to, and doesn't care about football. And from what I know of him,
I don't think
that's not his personality
at all. Nope.
He wants to play football. He loves football. He wants to be great. If you start there, then you could do something with that. Whether that's left tackle or right tackle, I don't know about guard, but there's a player there. They just have to commit to it, man. They gave up on him. They gave up on him this year.
Even before guard came, like I knew everything I needed to know when they was not having him be like the sixth offensive lineman.
Got Mexico see out there. They bring Cam Irvin. Like
made no sense.
I was on the couch watching TV, bro.
Cam W had a question for you. Would you, when we're talking about those quarterbacks that kind of like strike fear, blah blah blah, would you put Joe Burrow on that list? I would. I put him before Josh Allen.
Yeah, I put him before Josh Allen. Like, so he's kind of like an old school though. Like
he is.
Joe Burrow is like old school. Like I wouldn't blitz him like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like
no, because he'll see that like him. And here's the thing: there was something that happened in that Ravens game that was not a turning point. I wouldn't say, but like it was very apparent to me. Lamar goes hard count, right? The Chiefs shows what they were doing defensively. Justice Reed like leans forward like he was going to blitz. So their safety is all course of line of scrimmage. He leans forward like he's like indicating that he's going to blitz. So I knew pre-snap, I'm like, oh, Justice Reed is coming in. Like he's coming in to blitz. I don't know if it was Lamar thing where he didn't identify that, or maybe it was the offensive, like the center or whoever didn't identify that. Ball snapped. Justin Reed came in on the blitz like he indicated like he was going to pre-snap, and he comes in untouched, and it led to a sack on Lamar. So to Ryan's point, and again, I'm not trying to make like I'm not trying to say like Lamar's a bad quarterback, anything like that. I'm just saying, like Ryan said, that like the how the blitzes come back. I've watched a lot of football. How Steve Spagnuolo attacked Lamar today was exactly how the Chargers attacked Lamar in his first playoff game.
Yeah, forget that.
They was bringing Darren James. Anybody. They was blitzing him nonstop. I don't know what the answer is to counteract it. It was a little weird that the Ravens went away from the run game so quickly. And I want to go back to coaching, and I feel like this is a little understated too. The Ravens was second in the league this year in penalties. Second in the league in penalties. I tweeted it like when I was watching that game. There were some plays that were happening in that game that you saw a very undisciplined team. Very undisciplined team. Now,
go ahead.
I was going to say,
I know exactly what it is. They coach them to play to that line. You know what I'm saying? Play to that line. And it's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game when you play like that.
So we've gotten 139 views, 35 concurrent viewers, which is I think our biggest to date. Lob 32C said Kyle looked like he about to cry. They about to trade up for a quarterback again.
Can you imagine, bro? I know Kyle about to cry, bro. Ooh.
Can I talk? Can we? I'm watching Dan Campbell do all this. You talked to him. You asked him a great question about Aaron Glenn at the Senior Bowl, which feels like a lifetime ago, but it was not that long ago at all. And I remember like we were all like, man, if Sean just would have retired the season early, that could have been our head coach. And I think this season, like Nick on Twitter said, like, oh, like that was never the plan. Like, is that not part of the problem where the Saints are where they are? Like, if you can't, as an organization, identify that, okay, if Sean leaves, that should be our guy, that is the problem. This man is potentially going to lead the Detroit fucking Lions, who's never been to the Super Bowl.
Never.
To the Super Bowl. In 3 seasons, Ryan. It took 3 seasons.
3 seasons. One of the best coaching.
Turn it around.
One of the best coaching efforts I've ever seen. Ever. Like, taking a franchise and changing it. Sean Payton, one of them, he did the same to us. One of the best I've ever seen. That to me is like that's priceless. You know what I'm saying?
Priceless, man.
Plenty of good coaches in this league, but when you could take a franchise that's never won anything and win something with and turn it to a winner, nothing like it, man. Nothing like it.
Like your spot is solidified. So anyway, we've gone long time. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Hold on, let's finish these last questions real quick. Jay Sean, thank you for the phonetic in your name. Now appreciate that. I was killing that shit. Never too late to fire Dennis James Allen. Yes, never too late. Never too late. In case the Saints are listening. If Detroit gets to the Super Bowl, can the script next year get the Saints at least to the NFC Championship? We gotta get a coach first, bro. Like,
well, I'll say this. This is the last thing because we gotta go. But watching these, I saw it last week. But watching the AFC championship, the championship games this weekend, I'm like, boy, the Saints so far away, bro. So far away, dog. It's like they got a lot of work to do, bro. A lot.
We might as well be in the XFL right now where we are, bro. Like
legit, dog.
USF. Shit, this like if you just watch that AFC championship game, just like the talent level, the coaching, all that, the Saints are the breakers right now. Like legit. Like it is not close. So anyhow, thank y'all so much for joining us. We appreciate the views. I think this is the most views we've gotten in a live stream. Thank you, Cam. Cam said great streams, y'all. It was fun. We appreciate it. We love y'all. We didn't think we had much to talk about, but shout out to Michael Thomas. We
shout out.
Open mic for you, bro. Invitation is open. Invitation is open. Hit us up. Hopefully we can get you on and we can really chop it up. But we appreciate all the support. We realize it's the off season and all this stuff, but y'all still are supporting us. We're still getting Patreons. If you are in the New Orleans area or Louisiana or even not, the Saints Block Party draft party will be April 25th. You have to be a Patreon if you want to join us, regardless of what happens in the draft. Like, you know, it's a fun experience to just be a part of. Like, trust me, it is fun. And who knows, man? Like, we said this on the last live stream, but just imagine if we're just like, if they trade, like maybe they don't even trade up, bro. Like if Brock Bowers just failed 14, bro. Now he's pissed.
Lit. We're gonna lit in that mother. And at the end of the day, it's gonna be fun just because we all gonna be together.
It is. I said in the Discord, like me and Ryan been texting about Brock Bowers, like he a bad bitch, bro. He was just like,
hey, boy, you see that thing, boy?
Anyway, like, oh my goodness, like he is like I would have to think about like where he would like rank in my like all time like draft base list, but he's up there. Like he's in the, maybe like the top 6, top 7. But anyway, thank y'all. We love y'all. If you didn't hear the full show, we put it live. You can watch it back on YouTube or not on YouTube. We put the audio version on a podcast format for all our Patreon. So you need to be a Patreon to listen to the audio version only of it. But thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We will be back this upcoming week with a new episode. With that, we're out.
Peace.